Let us start about soil. You know that less portion of soil means 1/4 part of the soil or land is there on the planet Earth. Now, you have also seen and you have also learned that soil is made up of many minerals inside it. Because of this minerals, some microorganism can survive very easily. Because of this land, we can, means terrestrial and other creatures can survive very easily. But how this soil form? As I told you in wind, that when wind blows on the rock, then because of this wind, because of the friction created between the rock and the wind, some part of the rock is crushes down. This is called soil. Sometimes what happens because of the lichen-like microbiological substance, means living organisms. Lichen, you have learned it. Lichen is what? It is the combination of fungi and algae. They continuously erode the rock. They erode the rock and the portion or part or particles of the rock falls down and wind take away it. In this way also soil is formed. Because of the temperature, when there is a high sunlight in the summer season, then cracks form in the rock and this crack becomes widened in the summer season. Okay? Now what happens after some time when rain is falling? This rain means water. The water fill up this crack and means water comes inside the crack and remains there. After that winter comes, so this water becomes frozen. When water becomes frozen, then you know that it forms ice. And so the volume of ice or density of ice is less, but the volume is more than the water. And that's why the crack become widened. If crack become widened and in this way relaxation and contraction occur continuously in the rock, it takes thousands of years. Remember, this is not the one-day procedure. We explain it in a way like this, but it takes lakhs of years or crores of years. And so what happened? Rock broken down. Okay, and when it breaks down, then the small particles rises and in this way soil is formed. So in your textbook on your page number 195 it is already given the topic that which factors are responsible in the formation of soil. So the first is the sun. As we discussed that because of the sun, what happens? It hits up the rock during the day so that it expands. And at night it cool down and contract. So all parts of the rock do not expand. So this is the uneven expansion and uneven contraction. Because of this uneven expansion and contraction, rocks breaks down from certain region and form soil. Another topic is factor is what? Water. As we discussed already, that water helps in the formation of soil in two ways. One, water could get into the cracks in the rocks formed due to uneven heating by the sun. If this water later freezes, it would cause the crack in the rock and the crack become widened. Second thing, flowing water. Flowing water wears means breaks away even hard rock. Okay? Over a long period of time, and so it washes and erodes continuously. So the river which flows from the mountain, peak of the mountain, so it erodes rock and their soil continuously, and in this way it forms soil. And that's why at the shore of the river, at the bank of the river, we can see fine particles of the soil. This is soil erosion. This is because of this soil erosion that happened. Then the another topic is wind. Wind also take this erosion of soil. Because of the wind, erosion of soil takes place, and because of this procedure which is similar to the water also we can say that it erode the rock, and that's why soil is formed. And the last thing is about living organism like lichen. Like lichen, it erodes the rock. One, it erodes the rock and then soil is formed. So these are the points or factor which erodes the soil. Okay. Now afterwards we can see that you know that soil is a mixture. Soil is a mixture. It is a mixture of many minerals. Many minerals are there, many components are there, pebbles are there, fine particles are there, okay, sand particles are there, and so we say that soil is a mixture. So it contains some decaying substance also. Minerals, some decaying substance. Decaying substance of what? Decaying substance of plants and animals. Decaying substance of plants and animals together known as humus. And humus is important fertilizer. Okay? Plants and animals are there, and so humus is formed, and humus is called important fertilizers. And so it is the major factor in deciding the soil structure. Humus is what? It is the major factor. Major factor of deciding soil structure. Okay? So it causes soil to become more porous because of the humus. Soil becomes porous, and so water retain into the ground. Whatever ground level, underground level water you use it, and this is because of all this humus. It retained and stored in the ground also. Okay, so some soil which contain this humus, we call it, it is one type of fertilizer which is necessary for crop and plants, right? And that's why we call it is a nutrients soil which contain humus. So topmost layer of the soil that contain humus, which also contains some living organism like bacteria, and some creatures are also there on the top soil. So quality of the top soil is important factor that decide the biodiversity in that area. You have also learned about modern farming practices, and which use this large amount of fertilizer and pesticides. Because of this large amount of fertilizer and pesticide we continuously used, so soil roots are there into the soil, and because of this roots, this fertilizer and pesticides enter into the plant, and ultimately it enter into the living organism, whether they are herbivorous, first order carnivorous, or maybe omnivorous like human being, like us. So because of this fertilizer and pesticides means extensive use of fertilizer, it kills some valuable or important or helpful creatures in farming like earthworm. It destroys the earthworm, and that's why the land or field does not become porous. Okay, you have to till it continuously, means one after another yield. So soil that we see today in one place has been created over a very long period of time, and the fine particle of soil may be carried away by flowing water and wind. One small experiment is given in your textbook that if grass or any other plants are there, then roots of these plants and grass etc., it can hold this soil. Otherwise, if there is a barren soil, barren land is there, no plants are there, then this vegetation means plants, because of the lack of vegetation, wash away the soil, upper topmost layer is washed away, that is called soil erosion. Okay, so this is because of the soil erosion. Now we are going to plunge into very important topic of this lesson, and important for exam point of view also, that is called biogeochemical cycle.